Well, it looks like the mission is compromised. There is a security guard here. I can see his vehicle. I know where he is. He doesn't know where I am, so now it's an evasion mission.
Hey, what's up everyone? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me, and today we're going to be filming another stealth camping adventure. I am in a nearby town to me that has this abandoned sawmill. Now this sawmill was active for over 100 years, and a little over 15 years ago it shut down. But for being 15 years, it looks extremely dilapidated, and there's so much ground to cover. So it's nice and gloomy and rainy outside. All this place looks very creepy, so it's going to be a fun adventure. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started.
There's an office here. Either they like to party on the job, or people have been hanging out here. A lot of beer bottles. First aid kit. Cleaned out. Very The Last of Us vibes. Once again, for this being only about 15 years of abandonment, it looks terrible. I mean, you could convince me that this has been abandoned for 50 years. Remember not all our faulty pieces. Remember not our rusted parts.
All right, so we pretty much explored this whole building. Time to go ahead and explore some of the other ones because there's about 5 buildings in total in this property. So let's keep looking. This dilapidated house. Let's see what's in here. Time has not been kind to this place. Now, being that this mill was open for over 100 years and at some point employed over 100 people, I guarantee you a ton of the locals have direct connections to this place. Either it was their first job as teenagers, or their parents worked here, their older sibling, their uncle, something like that. I guarantee it. So if anybody is watching from the Alamogordo area, chime on down below. Let me know a couple of stories from this area. So here's the kiln where they would have aged and dried out the lumber. Really interesting. Let's see if we can get in there. Damn, this thing is tall. So as fun as it is to explore, I need to take a break from that so I can start locating a place where I'm going to lay down for the evening. We have less than an hour before the sun sets, and I need a place that's relatively clean, relatively dry. Now, the rain's going to keep coming and going throughout the evening, so I'm sure I'm going to get wet to some degree. I would just like to not get, soaked. Also, a hidden place where I won't draw attention if I set up my lanterns when I'm filming at night. So that's the next order of business, just finding a hidden spot that's pretty dry. So I think this is gonna have to be home for the night. Now, of course, it is filthy, but it's not as dirty as the other places. There is glass that I'm just gonna have to kick out of the way when I set up my bedding, but it's gonna be fine. And there is some water that's coming in through this window and through that hole right there. But once again, as long as it stays in that area, I can just sleep over here in this corner where it's relatively dry and yeah, I'm relatively sheltered from the elements and from being visible. Granted, of course, you can see out there, but I don't think anyone's going to be close to here. We were so far away from the road, so I think I should be pretty safe. Okay, so on the menu tonight, we're gonna have some sausage tacos. There's a place called Torchy's Tacos in Austin that's really delicious, and I'm just gonna kind of try to emulate a cheapy version of them. So, got a couple of flour tortillas. In here, I got a couple of brats with some hot sauce, some jalapenos and onions, and so some pretty spicy stuff. So, let's get to cooking. As far as today's knife that's going to help me with dinner, check this out. I recently just attached this to my pack. I got this from Georgia Bushcraft, and this is from Primitive Bear Knives. That's my buddy Alan, who makes some absolute beauties. And so check out this knife I had to snag from him. This is called the Nessie. As you can tell, it's shaped like a Nessmuk. It's got the hump, it's got the flat grind, 90-degree spine, 1/8 inch thick. And I've been using this lately in the kitchen, and it's very comfortable, very slicey. So this is what's going to help me prep dinner.
So, with this building being so rickety and the wind's picking up, it's starting to make a lot of sounds, and it makes me paranoid. I don't know if there's people out there or something, so every once in a while I gotta stop and just check. All this damn sound. Yeah, I'm fine. Alright, back to dinner. security guards here. One just drove in. He has to be over there. I want to wait him out. Well, it looks like the mission is compromised. There is a security guard here. I can see his vehicle. It doesn't look like he's gotten off yet, so I have the advantage. I know where he is. He doesn't know where I am, so dinner's canceled. Time to put everything in the bag and get on out of here. Now it's an evasion mission, so I can eat dinner any other time, so time to pack it on up.
So, good news, bad news. The good news is I made it out of the property, so I didn't get caught. Man, that guy was on to me. He must have seen my flashlight, and he was tracking me, but I could see him. He couldn't see me, so it took a while, but I got out of there. Bad news is my truck is on the complete other side of the property, about a mile away, so I got to make my way to it and be subtle. I stashed my gear in the bushes so I can drive back and get it, hopefully. Bad thing is I was not able to retrieve my GoPro that was filming a night lapse, and so that may be a casualty of this adventure. We shall see. But yeah, let's get the truck, hopefully. Oh man, finally. I was worried that they had towed it or messed with it, so time to get in here and go get my gear. Okay, so I grabbed my gear and I booked it on out of there. So I'm about an hour away in a smaller town, gonna fill up and make my way back home. So in the short term, in the smaller sense, I did fail this as a stealth camp. We will call this a fail. In the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things, I will say that everything's a learned lesson, and today was an unforeseen exercise in stealth and evasion. And so, who would have thought that an abandoned sawmill that dilapidated would have had a security guard? Not only that, but he ended up getting backup from a cop car. I mean, I was stressed, guys. I was stressed. There was a point where that cop patrol car was about 100 meters away from me, and I was just hiding behind some tumbleweeds laying down. Luckily, years of being a hoodlum when I was a teenager and years of playing Snake Eater came in handy. What a thrill, man. I mean, I don't recommend it, kids. Just don't do what I did. That was needless risk. Um, Once again, I don't know why there was a security guard there, but all things, all things considered, I managed to get out. I got majority of my gear out. So once again, hopefully this makes a good video for you guys. Sadly, I did leave my GoPro there because it was filming a night lapse. I wasn't able to retrieve it. I will just go back another day when it's daytime because it was so difficult to traverse in the nighttime. I couldn't use my flashlight because the security was looking for me, so it would give away my position, and you can't see anything, and I'm bumping into barbed wire and tumbleweeds and broken glass and stuff like that. So I'm lucky I already got out of there. I'm not going to push my chips forward any more than I need to. So I'm going to get on home, and I'll come back and retrieve it another day. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Now go outside and get your boots dirty. So a little post-credit scene here. I could not sleep last night. I was so worried about the GoPro and the new IceCo battery charger I got. I don't recommend sneaking back in once again, but that was about $500 worth of equipment. So yes, I'm wearing the same clothes. I practically didn't sleep because I was editing this video, and I couldn't rest, but success, I got my stuff back. If anybody ever questioned my worthiness of having the title of Fox, I hope this dispels any doubts, because to sneak back in and sneak back out, dang, thrilling stuff. But yeah, got my stuff back.